Everyone, I just wanted to pop in and make a Valentine card. I know many of us in the U.S. are homebound today due to the cold weather. I know down here in Southeast Texas, we're just not used to the ice, and so school was called off. Many businesses closed today, so a lot of us are at home, and I know there's lots of snow and cold weather going on elsewhere in the country. And if you're from outside the U.S., welcome. I am just going to be making a card and starting here in a few minutes. Maybe give some people a chance to pop in, and I'm going to hop on over to my group and share this there. So if you're here, I'm going to be making a quick card. And I will get started in just a minute. I'm going to share this on my group page. And so just give me just a second and I'll get started. Welcome. If you're just joining me, this is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and I had an idea just to come on spontaneously and share this card that I had sitting getting ready to make a video. So thank you for joining me if you're here. I am going to share this on my group page to make sure that if they're there, they can see this too. So I will be ready in just a minute. Copy and paste this really quick, and I'll get started. What I've done is I've showed this card on my last live video, and it is using the went blank, Sure Do Love You bundle, but I'm going to make a masculine card and not use that beautiful paper that I love, but I decided to use some more outdoorsy masculine colors. So I'm going to get started here in just a minute. Here we go. Paste that here. And then I'm going to get started. Okay. So let me show you the card that we're making. This is it. I've used some of that champagne foil that has been carried over from the holiday catalog. I love it. I think it really adds some pretty shine to a card. So let me go ahead and show you what we need to create it. I've done some of the prep work ahead of time, so I wouldn't take too long. But I'm starting with a piece of early espresso cardstock, cut it 5.5 by 8.5 to make a standard size card. And I'm going to sit down and make sure that I try not to get my head in the camera. I'm going to fold this in half. And if you comment, if you're here and I don't respond, I will come back and give you a shout out later. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so there's our card base. Then I have a piece of that Designer Series paper stack that's in the annual catalog, the Wood Textures Designer Series paper. And I cut a piece of that at 4 by 5.25, and I'm going to layer that just right on top of the card base. Okay, let's get this on. So, hope everybody is doing well today and staying warm. I've been crafting most of the day, and so let me get that going. Let me see if there's any questions here. Okay, all right, so I have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. Now this is cut at 3 by 4, and I'm going to be stamping this wreath type heart in the center of it, let's see. I'm also going to be using this little leaf. I'm going to get that mounted. And let's see, here's my early espresso ink pad. And I'm going to ink this up. And I really need to re-ink this pen again. Use this early espresso quite a bit. And then I'm just going to stamp and eyeball this in the center right here. And I'm going to go a little more toward the top because I'm going to put the little leaves toward the bottom. If you're just joining me, I just decided to pop in and make this Valentine. I had shared it previously last week on my Thursday Live with Lisa, and I wanted to just put it together live and have some company while I stamp. So if you're here, hello, thanks for joining me. Okay, so there's the outline, and then I'm going to get this full heart here, which is this image here, okay? You see those little white spots there? That's the distress part of the stamp, and so it's going to show when you stamp that, okay? Okay, again, if you are commenting, for some reason I'm not seeing any comments, so I will answer any questions or respond to your comments later. But thank you for being here if you're watching, or if you're watching the replay, which is probably going to be the case with most people since I didn't announce this. I did say I was going to try to go live more often, spontaneously, because it's just fun. And sometimes I have something that I really would like to share with you, and I'm thinking, oh, and so I just decided to go ahead today. I mean, I've been in my stamp room most of the day. And so I had this and I wanted to make another one. So, wanted to make it with you. Now, let me get my early espresso again. And I'm going to ink this up, this little leaf stamp. And I'm just going to do two of them right down here. And when I was designing this card and I put these little leaves down here, I thought, okay, now what am I going to put in the middle there? Well, then I thought about these little corrugated elements that are in the annual catalog. So they have little hearts in there. So luckily, I still had one. Let me get the rest of this out here. And so then I tried it like this, and it just got swallowed up by the rest of that crumb cake. So I'm getting a sponge. And if you're here watching me, thank you. I am not able to see any comments right now. So if you're saying hello, thank you, and you can let us know where you're from. And I had posted earlier in my group if anybody had been crafting today, because as I said earlier, I know many of us are homebound because of the weather. Now, the sun has been shining here beautifully today, so it's been clear and cold. And you know, us Southeast Texans, it's freezing when it's 20. I know some of you are dealing with in the negative digits, and I just can't even imagine. Okay. All right, so now that's going to go right there, and I think I'm just going to use Fast Fuse and put it down. And I see where I got a little bit of this edging here. I call it ghosting. I wasn't careful with my, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about that because it's going to have some linen thread that's going to cover that up. No worries. Okay. So let's put this here, just like that. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and add my strips of this champagne foil, okay? This is really in contrast to the rest of what's going on with the wood texture, but I like that. I like that little bit of pop. And so I think of all of our foils, this champagne is really, it's not, I don't want to say dull because it's definitely not dull. it's not as bold, and it's more subdued, I guess is the word I should say. And so I decided to use that color. And again, that was carried over from the holiday catalog. And so I'm going to take some Fast Fuse, and I'm putting my silicone sheet underneath here so that I won't get adhesive on my work surface. And then I'm going to take this, and this is cut a 1/2 inch wide, and I want to bring it down to about 1/4 inch. The one on the sample card, the first card I did, is shows a little more, but I wanted to try it with a more narrow border there. Okay, all right, let's do this other side. Okay, and turn this over. Put this border here. Thank you if you have joined me today. It was just kind of like, I don't know what to call these spontaneous live videos. Pop-ins, drop-ins. I don't know. If y'all think of a good catchy name, let me know. Because it's fun sometimes. I'm just thinking, oh man, I could share this live. And I don't do it because I haven't announced it. But then again, I know sometimes you're online and you'll watch. So, and if you're not, you can catch it later. So all's good. Okay, all is well, I should say. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to take this linen thread bow, and let me show you. I've made these before. I call them the loopy bow, and I don't see my linen thread, so let me find something else. Let me show you how I do this with this vanilla twine. Oh, it's a new package. All right, got tape on the end. So what I do when I make these kinds of bows is I just make a loop, and then another loop, and then another loop, and I usually do 3 on each side, and it works really well with the linen thread, and this is going to be cute too. Okay, so I want to have 3 loops on each side. Let me move this so you can see better, and then I'm going to cut this off, and then this is where you need a third hand. I'm going to cut another piece of this and put this down, and then I just tie a knot, and that gives you 2 more tails, or you can just snip it off if you don't like that many. It just cinches that in the middle like that. Okay, I'm going to tie a knot. Excuse me. I hope everybody's well. I know the flu is going around like crazy down here. Okay, so I'm going to snip these off and get that little, I don't want that frayed so much. And I'll save this for another card. But you see, you get lots of loopies, and then you can put a glue dot right underneath there. So let's see if I didn't lose mine here. So I'm going to put that right there. Hello, where are my glue dots? Here they are. All right, if you're watching, thank you so much. Appreciate you tuning in. And like I say, this is just a spontaneous drop-in and stamp. Okay, I'm putting my glue dot right there behind the knot, or say I did, and then press down right there. Okay. So there's that, and now let's get our card base again, and this is going to go right here like this, and I have this that I've already stamped and die cut. That's going to go up here. All right, so I'm probably going to put a little closer to the bottom of the designer paper. Get my snail. There's that Berry Burst ribbon I used earlier. Now, I will be going live again on Thursday evenings. That's my usual time to go live at 7:30 p.m. Central. I believe that's 6:30 Mountain Time. And I've been working or planning the projects for that. I probably will do 2 projects maybe. We'll see. I don't like to keep you too long. Okay, so I just did a boo-boo. I said I was going to put it closer to the bottom. That's what happens when you're talking and trying to craft at the same time. I mean, it can be done, but whew, I wasn't thinking. I think I should have been. All right, so now let's put this one across the top. Let me find some dimensionals. I need some of my bigger ones. Open this new package. I love the mini dimensionals, but for this is wide enough to hold our regular size dimensionals. So let me just put one there and one there. And then we'll just pop this on, and this card will just about be done. And you can see how, you know, that differs so much than using the same stamp set, the same bundle. I'm trying to find a card that I've made. Here's one. Like this. I mean, that's the same bundle. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kristen. I can see now that I stood up, I can see some of the comments. It looks totally different, but I mean, it works masculine and feminine, and or you know, whatever, just a different look. This isn't to say this couldn't go to either one of them. Okay, so be sure you try that with your supplies. You can, you know, stretch them and make them work for you. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know that I can see any comments beyond these last 2, but if you're watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure and join me tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. That is Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And I'll be on 30 to 45 minutes, hopefully, and I'll be sharing some fun stuff. So let me see if I can see any comments other than what I can see here. And just give me 1 minute. I want to answer any questions that might be here that I didn't see. Okay. All right, I see. Okay, thanks guys for watching. If you have any questions and you're watching the replay, just leave them right here below this video, and I will post this probably on my blog and have all the dimensions and things if you want to recreate it. So I'll be sure to put the link here when I get that up. Okay, take care. Y'all have a great evening. Bye-bye.